Shalom. This is part 2 of Seed of Your Fathers, and we're picking up in the book of Judges, chapter 21. I'm going to go down to the 16th verse. And it reads, "The elders of the congregation said, 'How shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing the women are destroyed out of Benjamin?'" So there were no Benjamite women left. So you telling me the tribe of Benjamin gone today because they had no women way back in the book of Judges? So we just short a tribe? They have 11 tribes. That's what you're trying to tell me if we going according to these bug outs. No. You do not need an Israelite woman to continue the Israelite line. You only need the man. This is very straightforward in the scriptures. I mean, this chapter alone proves that. But we'll still continue to get precepts so we can get the understanding. All right, so let's go. Verse 17. "And they said, 'There must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel.'" So yeah, they were concerned. They was like, oh no, they ain't got no women. We need to make sure that this line can continue. So let's see what plan they devised. "Howbeit, we may not give them wives of our daughters. For the children of Israel have sworn, saying, 'Cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin.'" So we know Benjamin didn't get an Israelite wife because the rest of the tribes were mad at him for what they did. And you could go back and read in the book of Judges and see what Benjamin did. It was foul. Okay? But let's continue. 19. "Then they said, 'Behold, there is a feast of Yahweh in Shiloh, yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon.' Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, 'Go and lie in wait in the vineyards, and see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come ye out of the vineyards, and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.'" So their plan was, go steal a heathen woman. You don't need an Israelite woman. Go steal a heathen woman. Literally. That was their plan. Verse 22, "And it shall be, when their fathers or their brethren come unto us to complain, that we shall say unto them, Be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not each man his wife in the war." So they're saying, oh, just let it go. We took your daughters. We let Benjamin take your daughters. But it's our fault. But, because we killed their wives. But, be merciful unto them for us. That's what they told them. It was like, yeah, just deal with it. We took them. We let them take your daughters. Yes. "For ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty." Verse 23, "And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number of them that danced, whom they caught, and they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and dwelled therein." So they just like, yeah, got me a wife, just snatched up and ran home. Like, yeah, you mine now. It's a wild story, but hey, it's what it is. It happened. It's in the book. So the tribe of Benjamin continue. There are still Benjamites among us today. I know some of them. Okay? And there's still Israelites. Okay? You could go to the book of what? Acts, Romans. You see the Apostle Paul. He was a Benjamite. A Benjamite. So the line continued without an Israelite woman. That's crazy, huh? Don't be listening to these bug outs. So let's get another example. Let's jump to the book of Ruth. Another example where people like to chop and screw the scripture. So book of Ruth, chapter 1, verse 4. And it says, "And they took them wives of the women of Moab." So Moabite women. The name of one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. So we know that their husbands eventually passed away. Verse 5 says, and Malon and Chilon died, also both of them. And the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Okay? So they died. Let's skip down to verse 14. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. So Ruth decided she was going to stay with Naomi. Verse 15. And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people. Who are her people? The Moabites. And unto her gods. Who are gods? Those false made-up demons that the Moabites were worshiping. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy power my power. So that's a very important statement that Ruth said that we'll get into a little bit later on in the lesson. But the point is, you can have heathen women, but they have to come under us. They have to come under our power. They have to come under our rules and regulations. We don't go to them. That's what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai was telling the Israelites in the law when it came to dealing with heathen women. Because he didn't want them to draw us to their gods. That's what he didn't want. Okay? So let's jump forward to Ruth, the 4th chapter. Let's go down to the 13th verse. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. Boaz was an Israelite man. And when he went into her, Yahweh gave her a conception, and she bare a son. And the woman said to Naomi, blessed be Yahweh, which had not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons had bore him. The line of David began here. And Naomi took the child and laid in her bosom, and became to nurse unto it. And the woman of her neighbors gave it a name, saying, there is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Do y'all understand this? David, the King David, the king of Israel. He came through that line. His grandmother was a Moabite. Do you get that? Or is it great-grandmother? Anyway, came through the line. Okay? She was a Moabite. And guess who came through the same line of David? Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai has Moabite ancestry. I didn't make him not an Israelite. So everybody's saying that in order to be an Israelite, you have to have an Israelite woman to make an Israelite. They're saying that Yahweh Shai isn't an Israelite. That's blasphemy. They're totally destroying the scripture. So stay away from them people. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will deal with them for their ignorance, for their folly, for spreading this rubbish. Don't get caught up in it. Find the true men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.